Okay, this was going to be a video where I carefully reviewed people's HUDs in-game and really went into detail on stats and helped use that to put together hand ranges. I tried that, it ended up out of control. I don't know what I was thinking, and I got feedback, and basically it turned out the video sucked and was completely awful. So instead today we're going to look at part one of a live session played by Caleb, my friend Caleb, Mad Maniac 21. We're both on Skype discussing hands live at the same time. He plays a lot nadir style, and I obviously play a very aggressive style, and I hate folding. So we get into a lot of interesting arguments and disagreements about how to play different lines. So without further ado, here's part one of the Caleb live sweat session. And later on, I'll redo the video I promised when it doesn't suck.
Alright, sweet. Okay, so, I don't know, I guess catch me up to speed on what's happened so far with the session.
Not too much. In bottom left, me and Abaddon have been doing a little bit of battle. I think he's a reg. He's like exactly break even over 10k hands.
Yeah.
He 4-bet me a couple times when I 3-bet, and then because he'd been squeezing pretty actively, I flooded ace king on the button to like a CO open. He squeezed, and then I back 4-bet on him, and he jammed. He had kings, I had ace king.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can see right away his aggression percentage is 23. It's the third number on the top, and and his 3-bet is 4.1. So just off those numbers, I can extrapolate that even though it might feel like he's playing back a ton or you're in some battle with him, he's probably just 3-bet, 4-betting you with big hands and running hot. Looking the fact that he's break even for 10k hands, and he just looks to be real passive.
Yeah.
Just from looking at the HUD.
But I'm trying to see how I got my money. I coolered someone like aces in against kings, I think, on the bottom left table.
Okay, that's probably fascinating for you, but not that.
So yeah, but nothing interesting.
I know Oscar P. Oscar P is a fish. Oh, you don't have any hands on him. I just outed him.
I know
he's a weak player.
Darren's pretty crappy. Calling off here. Actually, I'm going to rejam, obviously, with the ace-queen against the...
Yeah, the only problem is that guy doesn't have a 3-bet, but...
I have 12 hands on him.
Just because of that, you could call and fold this. I would just shove it, though.
Yeah, you shove it.
Nice hand.
Although he was free rolling on the turn.
He was, yeah.
I don't think anything else is too interesting. The other thing with Abaddon was that a couple spots where he like 2-barreled second pair. I remember he opened like cutoff. He bet 8-4-4, checked back turn ace, and then I bluffed river 8, and he snap called with 9s.
Is this the Abaddon guy?
Yeah, the same guy. And then another spot where I opened aces, and the flop came 10-10x. I ended up checking there because he had position on me on the button, and there was a third guy in the small blind who was kind of fishy. And I thought if I bet there, I think he bluff raises a good amount, and then I'm kind of forced into an awkward position where like if I bet and he raises flop, like I have to then like call off on the turn, and like if he bets again, I'm kind of like screwed because of his 10x combinations. So I ended up checking the flop, and the turn brought a king with a backdoor flush draw. The fish bet checked, I bet, and then he raised me, and it's just like he can never have a 10 there. It's just like he doesn't have it because he's not checking back the flop in position with it. I called the river, and river blinked off the flush, and I checked, he bet like 3/4 pot, and I called. He just had a missed flush draw.
Ah, wow, well played. I'm surprised he bet that. You said he double barreled you on a hand?
He in a different hand.
Okay.
Yeah, he 2-barreled in a spot where he had like 8s on like a jack high board and then checked back the river.
So yeah, second pair, yeah. If you see his flop c-bet is 46%, and then his turn c-bet is 62, which is high. Probably highest at that table. I guess Scooby also c-bets the turn a lot. So it doesn't surprise me at all when you say that he double-barreled a medium-strength hand. Because to get that turn c-bet number up there, he's definitely gonna have some merged c-bet spots on the turn there.
Mm-hmm.
The king 5 off, I think I'd open the button there. They both fold 75, 76% of their big blinds. What's your sizing right now for just cut off? You make it.
I usually just like 3x in most places. I've mixed up like min raising on the button, and sometimes, I mean, granted, if someone were like watching close enough or a big enough sample, I tend to size larger with my stronger hands in early position.
Yeah, I do that too. No one's paying attention. I mean, think about it. If anyone was started doing that on you, would you ever notice?
Probably not.
I like that. Also, if there's a big fish in the blinds, and of course you don't want to. You could make it bigger. You could make it 3.5 or whatever.
I probably would check back this flop and bet most turns if he checks again.
Yeah,
if it's a non-heart and he bets, I'm calling.
It's a great turn. Yeah, you essentially have.
Nope. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, he's probably going. Oh wow, maybe you win. I don't think you can bluff this. Yeah. Okay.
Well played, sir. Top left, I squeezed and he back called. I probably just bet call it off here. I don't know if that's spewy or not.
I wish you had more numbers, more hands on this guy. You squeezed and he called?
He back called, yeah.
Ugh. I need time to think. You want to bet call it off?
I guess I can just check. The checking is the safer play.
Yeah. How did the action go? So he back called. So someone raised, he called, then you squeezed.
Yeah, he called.
I get. All right. Well, I might check ship it. Oh well, now.
Now.
Now you definitely want to like bet pot and call it off. You might even just ship the turn. I might even consider just shipping the turn.
You're shipping the river after he calls?
Yeah. Just ship it.
Wow. Interesting. I guess I would have been better off betting the flop then.
Yeah, you were right. Surprised he showed up with 10.
Scooby called the flop, I 3-bet, and now I've turned open-ender. I guess I just bet again, or check shove.
I would just bet again.
Finish this note here. Oh, then we can just ship this river, because
nice.
What else are we going to do?
What's your note on Scooby? Yeah, you're obviously just shipping the river now. Hopefully.
Oh, he's the guy who I cooled aces the kings, where that's the thing he did, though? When I 3-bet in the big blind, he just jammed 100 aces with kings, Gesundheit.
Oh, was that a sneeze or a dog?
That was a sneeze.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's the guy. Okay, yeah, he's real passive, too. I wonder what he had there that he just folded. He could have had a 10x or a jack x and decided it was no good. I bet he doesn't go to showdown very often.
Yeah, he might have had jack x.
But what jack?
He actually could even have like a 10 there.
That's more likely, right? Yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah.
We just like. And the river just sucks for him. Because like I have king queens, I have a lot of like ace x.
Yeah.
It's just like
exactly.
Really
that's a beautiful river. Usually a king's a nicer river, but on that board, obviously the ace is the money river for you. Let's see what your 3-bets have been. Actually pretty good on most of these tables, huh? Looks like you've been pretty active.
Yeah,
what is
been
this
really
shit? What is this shit?
So he limp min raise. I'm
call.
like, this is about where like, oh, and I just lose all my money now.
Check call, check call, check call. Get the fuck
clearly.
out. If he has ace king, he has ace king.
Right, like clearly never folding. What if it's over pre-flop? You're like, oh, I could min raise him at some point.
No, what does that accomplish though?
Right, I don't know, just fun factor.
Yeah, but then he might stop bluffing. Your only hope here is he has ace jack, ace ten, or a bluff.
Yeah. Or a flush draw.
And a bluff is a big part of it.
Yeah.
There just can't be that many flush draws. He decided to limp.
That's kind of like the worst river.
No, I might bet that because he has like tens or nines that he might just get stubborn with and call.
Or just kings.
Yeah. I think it's pretty obvious there that he has a pair less than an ace that is now just trying to get to showdown. I would have shipped that river.
Really?
Yeah. I think
I guess he can't. He probably would have
just hand face up pretty much that he had a pair less than aces. I mean, he limp min raise, so I immediately assume he has a pair or ace king maybe, but even that's a little less likely. I mean,
he doesn't have ace king once he checks back the turn.
Exactly right, and so yeah, I mean, what was the river, a jack? If he has a jack, then congratulations, you win. But that's the only hand we now lose to.
And Scooby is now calling king 7 suited to my cutoff opens. That's good. I'm okay with that.
Scooby open. You could always 3-bet here, the jack 4. How much does he steal the small blind?
36.
Oh, okay. He's not too crazy out of line. I wonder how much does.
But he also, in the just previous hand, he saw me check back ace king a few times. So no.
You got owned. Bad timing there.
All right. I'm just gonna call top right.
Oh, I would raise that up, but you can do what you want. There's definitely.
I'm gonna call here because I think.
Yeah. Well, all right. What's your logic for calling?
I think now I'm gonna raise the turn. Because I was hoping he'd bet like the turn bigger, and I think he would just like barrel away worse jacks. But I don't know if he necessarily is going to call or he's going to get like 2-3. Like if I raise the turn, or raise the flop, I think he calls in like check folds the turn or just folds there with like bad jacks or second pair. Whereas he might get stubborn because if the turn right there didn't really improve anything, the 5 is like a blank. He might be like, oh, like screw this guy, like he doesn't have a jack.
Can you pull up that hand history again? Just put it on the right of the 4 tables.
Sure. Yeah.
Here's my logic, though. That guy is a 50-25, and he just donked into you on a jack 9. It just looks so much like he has a gutter ball, or overs, or ace high, and he's trying to just hope that you call, and then he can hit some magic card. And I bet you anything. I disagree that if he has a jack, he's folding at any point. So that's a big spot where I disagree. I also think that he's the type of player that's going to call with king 10. If he bets 50 cents and then you make it like $3, he's gonna just go, oh fuck it, I have king 10. Let's see a turn. And so I think you. As soon as people donk like that, especially really small, I just immediately put him on a really weak draw. Like I bet you he had like king queen, king 10.
Yeah.
Like maybe ace 10 or something just stupid.
I guess it's an earlier blocker bet. Yeah, that makes sense.
So anyway, that's my logic. I'd also do that if I didn't have a jack too, and at maybe not versus that guy. I don't know how much that guy folds.
Bottom left, we're deep, and he's been 3-betting a lot of my opens. So for the call position, I probably call here again with the gutter and the backdoor flush draw because we're deep enough.
Okay.
That kind of is a good card for me.
It's definitely a good card.
I definitely think I can bet here a lot.
I think you can too. If you're gonna win this pot at some point, it's gonna be the turn. You can't check back the turn and then rep anything. The other option, and it's a little weird, is to just like put in an almost min raise on the flop, and then obviously if people are paying attention, you're gonna have to start doing that with aces. It's a little bit of a, I guess this is not a play for 50 NL, but if it's
like 100, yeah.
If it's the other way around, and let's say I have like ace 5 and I 3-bet and that's the flop, and then someone raises me after just flatting the 3-bet, I just think LOL, get the fuck out. Or even if I have air and I'll re-chip on that, and then I'll get owned because someone was actually doing it for value with ace 10 or ace 9. So, but anyway. The other thing is, so if he just doesn't have an ace or a queen and you raise, a lot of time he's just going to fold anyway. So floating's fine. Floating, you certainly rep more floating, especially because you add all those the back doors, and you're a little deep. I think floating's better there, but I think you made the right play there. But I certainly wouldn't discount just raising because a lot of time that's enough to get it done on an ace-high board, and players, especially at 50 NL, aren't thinking, wait a second, what did he flat on the button with, and now he's raising on an ace-queen X board for value.
Yeah.
I'm probably just
I bet the flop. Like the turn is just like
What's wrong with the turn? See.
I feel like it completes some draws, but I'm more just like puts us backdoor draws.
The 6-9 ball.
But it just like if he has like 7-6 or something, I feel the big reason is just let's say I bet here and he like has like 7-6 that he like called flop with, or 9-10 or something. He can raise that turn, and then because there's the double flush draw and like 3 straight, like every single river, like I have to check fold.
Okay.
So I feel like if I want to continue in this hand, I feel like I'm better off check calling or check folding. And like because he bet a third pot, I'm probably gonna call here.
Yeah, I cannot imagine folding.
Yeah, and now I'm just gonna call again.
Booyah, booyah.
I
would have definitely bet the turn. I guess your logic is pretty sound.
So I mean, I guess he's 18-13.
The problem
he's probably not gonna be raising me on the turn that often with like semi draws, but more just like if I have to make a call there. There's just like a bajillion. Now it's like I'm calling
him
again.
Does he have a fucking 8? I think he might have just tripped you on the flop, but you got a call.
Yeah. No, like he would bet this one bigger.
Well, you won more than I would have on that hand. I think I like betting the turn because as you said, he's not the type of guy that's gonna raise a semi bluff, and you're still way ahead. You're still way ahead of his range. So I would just bet for value and protection, and also to keep control in the hand.
Yeah.
So he might have even floated the turn with ace jack, and then I would have check called that river, and maybe he still bluffs it. But
no, I think about that hand is if I was back at 100 or higher, I think I like my play better because I feel like I just get owned so often that turn where I'm like, all right, like you can be bluffing here a lot, like bluffing, like I call it, and then the river like.
I think you're owning yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you're owning yourself
a little bit. There's like 30 cards on the river.
Playing
30 cards on the river.
I know, but there's 30 cards on the river, but not all. It's not like he only has 2 cards. He doesn't have his entire range of stuff that might have helped him on the river. Just because a card might have helped him doesn't mean it actually did help him. I mean, he only has 2 cards. I understand that you're playing against his range, but at the end of the day, that there aren't actually 30 cards that help him on any river. There's only maybe 12, 10, or 8, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact numbers. On that one, it was 6.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess, no, it was 3, because you had an ace 2. So,
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, if you're ahead of their range, you're not that worried about getting bluff raised or semi-bluff raised. I would just keep betting for value. But then again, you won the max. So far, all my advice is either one, would have won you less money or cost you money. So what do I know? Oh, let me get rid of this little thing.
Yeah. Bottom left isn't the best. Bottom left isn't the best of tables right now, but like I'm really deep with this guy, and Scooby and I have been owning him, so I feel I don't want to leave.
You've been owning.
Who doesn't like to play? I've been owning Scooby.
Oh, Scooby.
And like,
yeah.
And for Wagadove, like, who doesn't like to play 200 plus BB pots like out of position?
Oh yeah, that's right. You have 240. Yeah. I mean, that could be reason enough to leave right there. See, like the Queen 3, you obviously just have to fold now. King Jack.
No one really squeezes on this table. Whatever.
You don't have many hands on some guys. I think my default is also to just call. At 50 NL, yeah, I wouldn't expect too many people to squeeze this.
If he was in the hijack, not in the under the gun, I probably.
Well, there it is.
I'm going to call.
It's probably
Still calling.
It's probably a fold.
Probably.
Yeah, but call
for
the sake of the video.
Yeah, we're even back to a flush shot. I know.
It is a fold though,
but now it's a fold.
It was a fold. It was a fold free. I'm pretty sure.
It was a really small squeeze too. It was only like 8 dBs.
Yeah. Then there's that whole reverse implied odds thing, and I don't like to overplay King Jack. I never overplay King Jack. What's up with this King Queen hand? Are you gonna?
Yeah.
You're deep.
Yeah, I'm still gonna bet it though.
I still like to see that. Yeah. He probably doesn't even realize that you guys are deep. He's probably playing 6 tables, and he missed the flop, and now he folds.
Actually, the search function works now, so I could check to see how many tables
I know.
he's playing, right?
Yeah, as long as he's not hidden from search. Yeah, they fixed it.
Where's the search button?
It's very bottom right. If you pull up the lobby again, I can show you. Yeah, it is kind of nice to check just to see how many tables each guy is rocking.
This is probably a fold.
Another way to do that is through TableScan Turbo. The King 10.
Yeah.
Can you pop up his HUD again? It's probably a fold, but let's just see how he plays post flop in 3-bet pots. Can I see his full HUD? Yeah, it's a fold. He doesn't see bet enough, and he doesn't fold enough back at. His range is real strong there anyway. But every now and then you might see a guy that you know, if he c bets in 3-bet pots like 90% or something absurd, or he never c bets and he just gives up. If he does something really weird post flop after 3-betting, then you could defend. But that guy.
Yeah, Wagadobe's on 6 tables.
That guy didn't have any. No, I was right about that. At least he was on 6 tables. What happened here? Go open under the gun.
I opened under the gun, and he min raised. Must call, but he has like aces here always because he 3-bets nothing.
But you have an ace. Ooh, what now? I would have folded 3, but now this is interesting.
He overpopped.
You really don't have many hands to go off. All we know is he 3-bets a lot. It looks like he's kind of a fish. He's 34-10 over 140 hands. But he does like to 3-bet. You could put in the min raise or fold.
No. If I had any equity, like if I had a backdoor,
I would put in the min. I think I would have put in the min raise. I wish I could have given you however much more it would have cost to go for the bought that hand off you. I guess that's probably not ethical. He looks fishy though. He 3-bets a lot, and then I know he's gonna just because I can tell he's kind of a fish at his VPIP and PFR, and that his 3-bet is 10% now. I know he's gonna c-bet once he 3-bets there, almost 100%. He just can't hit the board that often.
I'm probably gonna bet once
I would
here.
have definitely put the mini raise on there. And he respects the mini raise. Oh wow, now you're deep with the 7s.
Going to be a snap call.
I think it is. This guy
I'm gonna look in a larger raise here against the shorty to give him a better odds at like shipping over.
Yeah. I was gonna say just I want to get he's on the 29 BB stack there.
Yeah. I feel like I don't like calling on this.
I don't.
It's not a super connected board, but if one more Broadway comes, it's just like a lot of semi bluffs or like gutters and things get there. Like he happens to make a pair.
It's just
like he has like
just fold. It's
King 10 here.
It's a terrible spot to call.
Yeah, well, I was just reasoning it out.
Yeah, no, it's good reasoning. Yeah, pretty much your logic is spot on. If you have like
I'm gonna donk against probate here.
Basically, it's better to rep a set. It's tempting when you are set mining and you miss a set to be like, oh fuck it, well I can just pretend I have a set now. But it's obviously a lot better to pretend you have a set when you have more than 2 outs.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I will agree with that sentiment.
You actually miss your set and you're 200 deep out of position. You just gotta fold.
Yeah. The last hand, top right, wasn't really interesting. But it was a spot where that really passive fish just limped. So I decided to donk trips a couple times. I think that makes sense because he's more likely to. He's more likely to check back his draws or like.
First pro belt. Where is he on the table? I don't think he's that passive. You have him marked as passive.
Okay, he just like we saw him like small betting like donking.
He was
passive.
donk blocking out of position.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I wouldn't classify him as passive though. Yeah, I think it's I think it's fine.
Yeah.
His logic when he donks is certainly that he's going to find out where he's at by putting a bet in. And so if I'm pretty sure that's how he thinks when he puts those like mini donks out. He wants to find out where he's at for cheap. I'm almost positive that's what's going through that fish's head. So if he thinks you're doing the same thing, he might try and bluff at it because most likely he has nothing.
All right, so top left guy was the guy who like small squeezed and then potted, and he's like potting again, and I'm going to be calling here, at least 2 straights, I think. Yep.
What how did the action go pre? You raised and
he opened under the gun, so it's kind of like
why'd you call? Like that can't be
because we want to play some hands.
Okay. Well, you have the best hand now.
Yep.
You got lucky there. I don't think 9-10 suited is a very good hand to play against. Wow, really? He called? You beat 8s and 9s and ace king, which is a lot of range. You have the best hand.
I feel like I do. I really don't want to bet it. Like, I know it makes me kind of a wussy, right?
He's going to show up with 8s or 9s, or ace-king, ace-jack. Yeah, it's fine to check. It's fine to check. There's not much that he calls.
Okay.
Ow.
Interesting. So he likes to pot with strong hands, and then... What? I guess my call pre-flop was really bad.
So wait, he bet the flop, and then he just check-called and checked the river? Obviously it was going for check raise. I think it's fine once he check-calls a turn. It's just why did he check-call a turn?
I have no idea.
It's weird. I think check raising the turn's okay because it's a good card for him to look like he's giving up on, and then check raise. I guess he just put you on
And
total
I feel
air.
like, I guess.
He must think you had nothing. That's weird. I don't know.
Well, like, I had a. I could have had a draw, maybe.
Yeah.
Almost like a second barrel.
Get there, yeah.
Or maybe he was really, really worried that like if he bet that turn and I raised, he was gonna have to call and then like check full rivers.
Yeah, I don't ever worry about that. That's something only you worry about. I don't ever check fold rivers like that. So.
Yeah, I'm calling out with my fives because we can.
I mean, this guy. This is the guy you said was passive. I don't think he's very passive. If you want, let's see. We can see what he does on the river, but I agree. I think it's a call.
Oh, just for the queen. He limped it pre-flop. He's limping. So he's
really
passive. He limped king queen in the cutoff.
That's definitely a call on the river. Even now that you know he did that. Can you follow that hand history on the side?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay. He limps. You check. First of all, I would just raise it up pre. You have pocket fives, and he limps the cutoff, but I missed that. There's a lot.
Yeah.
And
then he min bet, and then he like half pot, 2/3 spot, 3/4 spot.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's okay once you saw that flop, but I would definitely just squeeze it up with fives.
Yeah. Ooh, it's our
He folds to c-bet. He folds to c-bet a lot too. He's folding to c-bet at 62%. So, not only do you certainly have the best hand pre, you can also you don't need to worry too much about connecting on the flop because he just folds to a lot of c-bets.
Yeah.
Right,
Bottom right.
You 3-bet the jacks, bottom right.
Yeah.
Okay. I would bet again. I'm not sure what else you can do.
Yeah, I would tend to either choose one of two lines. Either I'm going to like check call it off because like if I think he's
You're just gonna check call it off. Check call it off 3 streets. That's the problem. Is I hate that line.
It's better off betting, yeah. Oh damn.
It is a weird bet. It is a weird bet because it is actually kind of for value. It is for value. It's just it's